Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has taken part in the giveaway for the Avenger Titan. We will be announcing that tomorrow, which is Sunday, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and good luck to everyone. And don't forget, we are still taking your money. Give us all your money, all your billions. Yes, we are still collecting money for the Australian Red Cross in aid of the bushfires over in Australia. We've extended this now until the 14th of February. So, you know, for any of you that, you know, were waiting for payday, I know a lot of people were, then that will give you plenty of time to get your monies in order. But yeah, anything you can give is massively appreciated. And that's it, so let's get started. Okay, so first up we've got a post from Erwin M. Fletcher, and it says, now eventually you do plan to have some development in the Staggered Development, right? And basically the gist of this is, you know, they've been talking about this Staggered Development and, you know, how it's going to improve the rollout of all these new features, etc, etc. But then we got the road map update.
Obliteration.
Annihilation. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They just smashed off about 40 things off that list. You can see some of the list on here. It's got RIP for now, because they basically pushed a bunch of stuff backwards, and we're kind of still, I don't want to be too negative, but we are kind of still waiting to see some kind of payoff from this Staggered Development. And he's got a good point here, where he says ships and guns don't count, which they don't. And he's also got another edit, which is his hope is that Socks has broken everything so badly that they have no choice but to remove this stuff, and that's why it's temporary. And then if Socks gets fixed, these get fixed, and that was kind of what we were alluding to before. I think, yeah, kind of. So
yeah, that kind of lines up with our thoughts about it as well. Maybe they need this time to fix Socks because it is in such a bad state for around 50% of the players at the moment.
Yeah, I think at some point over the weekend I might put out, keep your eyes peeled, I might put out a poll on YouTube, because we did one on Twitter, and you know, we've got our Discord, but it'd be good to get a bigger cross section of people to find out how they feel about Socks and 3.8 and kind of how things are, because I think it is probably 50-50, because you read our comments and it's amazing where, like, you know, we're struggling to even just play the game, and there's other people in our comments who, you know, like, I've got no more ships, and, you know, when I spawn them they explode and all this stuff, and you get someone else who's like, this is the best patch I've ever had.
yeah.
How is that possible? It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even really know what to say about the roadmap at this point. Until they sort of show us what's on 4.1, 4.2. Yeah, I haven't really got many comments. It does look really bad, and we've got a few guys on Discord that have kind of pointed out that this was meant to be in the Staggered Development. So they would have essentially been working on this for the last 4 or 5 months already.
Yeah. And
then why is it getting removed if they've already been working on it? So
yeah,
is the Staggered Development thing just a, I don't know, a lie?
Smoke
is it a lie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the other thing as well, is that they actually say, if you read the roadmap update, or watch our very helpful review, they actually say there's certain things in there that the card is now irrelevant because of other systems. And I mean, how is that possible so close to when it was supposed to be released that you notice it? That shows me you haven't been working on this at all. You know, so I don't know.
It does beg a few questions, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you know, fair enough. I've taken a couple of salt baths recently, but, you know, I am getting a little bit salty. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, I'm going to do my best not to spout my hatred over the internet. But, yeah, lately, you do start to wonder, what are they up to?
Yeah. If we got some kind of announcement saying that Socks is in a really bad place, they need to work on it. So they've moved all of this stuff back to give them time to work on fixing the problems, then fair enough. Okay. But if that is what's happening, I wish they would just come out and say it.
Cool, so next up we've got a post from Jim Jangles, and it says Star Runner 3D print. So he bought his first 3D printer and thought he'd tackle the Mercury Star Runner. And he says the paint job is less than desirable, but I mean, to be honest, mate, that is pretty good. I mean, alright, you can see it's 3D printed and it's not, sharp, but that's pretty cool. I'd be happy with that on my shelf.
Yeah, he should be pretty proud of that. Even the paint jobs, that's not bad. If he's not used to painting, models, then I think that's actually a pretty good effort. It's one of the better 3D models I've seen. There's always room for improvement, but that is a good effort.
Yeah, and it depends how he's put it together as well, because I've seen some 3D models where they've tried to just 3D print the shape, and that always comes out a bit stringy and crap. And then you've got the 3D models where they've literally 3D printed all the components and put them all together.
Yeah.
And those look amazing. And this looks a bit like he 3D printed most of it as one thing.
Yeah.
And if he did, that's pretty damn good, because that's really hard to do. So well done, man. Okay, and next up we've got a post from Aztec, and it says best bug ever. Make it a feature. And you've got to read it like that when people caps it. So basically the gist of this is he found a bug, basically, as you can see from the image, that allows him to pretty much have clothes kind of coming through his armor, and he does look pretty badass. So why not? Imagine wearing like a big duster coat and stuff over your armor when you're in a... I mean, you wouldn't really want it when you're flying a ship and stuff, but when you're walking around town, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's got kind of concealed armor look to him, or armored trench coat. Depends which way you want to look at it. What he's got there is actually looking pretty good. You can see where some of it's kind of clipping through other elements, so it's not it's not perfect in any way, but the general idea of the look is quite intriguing, and I wonder if they'll actually go for that in the future.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Although I'd love to see the size of a trench coat that you wear over the heavy armor.
Yeah, that'd be some chunky trench coat.
Yeah, I think it'll be a beast. But yeah, no, I do like the look of that, and I just think, it's got that whole kind of wasteland survivor look. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks like he's just come straight out of, I don't know, Fallout or something.
Yeah. Cool, next up we've got a post from the Batman Who Laughs. Again, and it says, I'm sorry, but I have to call CIG out on misleading marketing in the Cutlass Red sale page, with references. And the short of this is, on the marketing page for the Cutlass Red, it actually says, there's a feature of it. It says suffering any critical injuries will result in you reawakening in the medbay, pulled back from the very brink of death. But then there's also a post from John Crew that essentially says that's not the case. These beds will only support the full healing of minor injuries. So, in the Batman's eyes, they're kind of misselling it, and he knows that there's times when there's going to be an overlap between a feature change and the marketing info being updated. But what do you think? I mean, do you think that they're deliberately maybe sort of overselling it a bit?
Yeah, I would have thought so. They're trying to drive the sales up a bit, so telling everyone that it's going to magically let you res there is a big selling point. But for anyone who has kind of been following the development for a long time, they already know that there's going to be different sort of tiers of medical beds, and some can do things that others can't. But yeah, this is kind of a bit of false advertising going on. Is it that bad? I don't know.
I'd say if they did do it on purpose, then I say it is pretty bad, because let's say that you're an org and I don't know, you think to yourself, right, okay, this ship we can use as a mobile spawn when we're doing an operation. Perfect. There you go. We'll buy 3 of those. And they buy them, and then they realise that they can't do that, and they have to, scrap them. basically, and you think, it's a waste of time for a lot of these big orgs who might just want that one feature and it isn't actually there. So I think it is a bit of it's a bit of a dodgy selling point to fabricate.
Yeah. Kind of see your point. Like I say, most people knew that this was going to happen anyway. Respawning in a Cutlass Red is just a thing for the moment. It's not going to hang around. So public service announcement, I suppose. Anyone who's thinking of buying a Cutlass Red, it won't be able to let you respawn there in the future. Just bear that in mind.
Yeah, and everyone knows take these things with a pinch of salt, but never take anything you see on their website as gospel. Always go to your friendly local YouTuber first, because trust me, they're going to be probably right 99% of the time. Okay, next up we've got a post from Haugen? I don't know.
Haugen.
And it says, response from CIG to the negativity. Saying that sentence with beginning it with a laugh is quite funny, actually. So, but basically, Haugen is a little bit perturbed that there's not really been any posts or response from CIG to kind of the outpouring of negativity recently. And we try not to say negativity. We try not to say we're being negative, or we're that word is kind of almost taboo now. But there's a lot of negative things happening at the moment, and if you're not negative about them, you're a mentalist. So basically, and so that's kind of the thing, is that we've not really had any word from CIG about all the problems that we've had recently. I mean, do you agree with that? Have you seen anything that maybe Haugen hasn't seen?
No, there's been nothing, but we're not probably going to see anything, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah.
CIG have kind of got themselves in the corner now. If they don't say anything, people cry out. If they do say something, people complain about what they say. So
yeah,
what are they going to do?
Lose.
Yeah, they're going to lose either way.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a horrible situation for them to be in. And again, I mean, like we said in our last video, we still love this game, even like the 2 times out of 5 we can't actually play because the game just won't allow it. We still love the game, but there's a lot of problems for a large number of people at the moment, and the fact that CIG aren't really addressing that is a shame. And especially with all the amount, I mean, I haven't seen as many YouTubers kind of give CIG what for. They tend to shy away from that. And let's face it, we probably did for the first 2 months of this channel, because we're like, I don't want to piss anyone off, and now we're like, no, CIG, fix your shit, man. Because it's got beyond a joke now. There's so many problems, and if they just come out, like you said earlier, if they just come out and said, sorry people, this is what's happening, we've kind of hit a roadblock here, or Socks has caused a problem here, or I don't know, 2 of our devs left and we're scrabbling around, fine. They're not excuses, they're just problems they're trying to solve, and that's awesome. But they don't, and we all just sit around going, nah.
Yeah, until it gets to the point where someone does kind of step on. Usually Chris, he comes in with a big long wall of text about what's going on, or what he's done wrong, or something like that. But it really shouldn't get to that point. They should have a community manager here, giving us the kind of information that we're looking for.
Yeah, definitely. And CIG, if you're listening, I love to think that someone from CIG watches this video, but if you do, if you're looking for 2 able-bodied community managers to manage your communities, look no further. But you'd have to pay really well, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's what they need. They need essentially a Jared that isn't so up themselves that they would talk to the minions. Basically, no offense, Jared, we love you. But that's all we need. Cool. So last up, we've got a post from Noodlefangs, and it says Kane Canyon. and this is in honour of one of the Daymar rally runners, Kane, who literally ran because they had some sort of catastrophe and he ended up having to run. How far did he run? I can't remember now.
I don't know. According to Captain Carrot there, it was about 80k on foot. And it took him 3 hours. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'd like to think that is quite epic. So we'll go with
insane. Imagine that. I mean, I dread having to go from a ship to the thing I parked next to. 80k, that's insane.
Imagine having to run 80k because no one else who was present at the event could be fucking bothered to come and pick you up.
Yeah, surely one of the camera ships could have... Oh, actually, I suppose they probably can't because... No, surely people must have finished hours before him. They could have come back and grabbed him in a ship and just gone, look, I tell you what, we'll drop you a bit closer. You just run 100 metres.
No, they just got the cameramen just like watching him for 3 hours. Like,
yeah,
come on, dude, pick me up.
If you look at the picture at the bottom right, you've got the camera one, and then it says, I think that's 4 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that's what he finished in, but that is commitment, and my hat's off to you, Kane. That is some serious commitment to the rally.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. That is all the posts for this week. We hope you liked them. We hope you found them informative or amusing. If you did like them, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And don't forget to let us know your opinions on these topics in the comments below. We'll try to respond to as many as we can. Get some conversations going. So yeah, get in that comment section and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget that we still want your money. So yeah, if you can, anything you can give towards the Australian bushfires is much appreciated. You'll find a Tiltify link in the description below. If you want to leave a little comment in there for maybe a little task that we can do in Star Citizen, we'll do them all. So, whatever you put in there, if it's feasible, we'll give it a go. And I think that is pretty much it. So thanks everyone very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.